A year after winning the world lightweight title from Ismael Laguna, Ken Buchanan defends his title in the return bout. New York, 13th of September, 1971.
There's the bell for round one. The mandatory 8 count is in effect, the 3 knockdown rule. And the count continues at the bell if a man is floored at the bell, except in the last round. Now this figures to be a boxing match. Both boys have fine left hands. Perhaps Buchanan has the sharper right. He may have a little more punch in his left jab. This figures to go back to the days of Benny Leonard, Barney Ross, and Jimmy McClellan when Jimmy was a lightweight. Buchanan from Scotland, making a second appearance in Madison Square Garden, where in an over-the-weight bout he decisioned Donato Paduano last year when the Canadian was undefeated. Both boys are masters at slipping punches, which Laguna has been doing so far in round one. Buchanan, a master at ducking, bobbing and weaving. He's coming in, he's working on the body, figuring that that may be a weak point of Laguna, who tired in their last fight in the last few rounds. Both have scored with hard left hooks. Buchanan seems a little over-anxious here in round one. They're wearing 8-ounce gloves. Laguna in a pre-bout statement said he was going to try to crowd Buchanan, figuring that the champion could not fight backing up or on the inside. We'll see. A minute to go in round one. Bout is scheduled for 15 rounds. Buchanan got careless and paid for it. Laguna really nailed him. Half a minute to go in the round. Ten seconds to go in round one. Don Dunphy at ringside as we come out for round three, a lightweight championship bout. Buchanan, the plaid trunks, Laguna in the white trunks. I thought Laguna had the better of the early going so far, but it's a 15-round bout. Now Buchanan is quickening the pace a little bit, but still running into jabs. Laguna has never been cut in 73 fights. Buchanan was cut in training on the bridge of his nose. It's a fine duel of rapier-like left hands. A little puffiness around the left eye of Ken Buchanan. Jimmy Devlin getting them apart. There it is. See that puffiness? And that bodes the champion no good. And neither did that right hand. A minute to go in round 3. That left eye is angry looking. Buchanan's. And Laguna is swarming all over him as round 3 runs its course. Ten seconds to go in round 3. Champion Ken Buchanan in the plaid trunks. Challenger Ismael Laguna in the white trunks. And the challenger has had the edge so far. Buchanan probably aimed at pacing himself to let Laguna wear himself out, but that eye is another problem. The boys are roughing it up. Around about half over as Jimmy Devlin gets them apart. A minute to go in round 4. Both boys have worked well to the body. I don't know if you saw it, that was a hard left hook that Laguna caught Buchanan with. And Laguna is warned for hitting to the kidneys. A corking right, 2 of them. And the left hook by Buchanan, who suddenly opens up. And he may have hurt Laguna. 10 seconds to go in round 4. Round 5 at Madison Square Garden. Champion Ken Buchanan, the lightweight champ of the world. Plaid trunks. Ismael Laguna in the white trunks. Buchanan, who seemed to fall well behind in the first 3 rounds and part of the 4th, finished strong in the 4th round. Now let's see what happens now. Buchanan is starting to putt shot Laguna and getting them in there. And Buchanan is bleeding from the left eye, from around it. That puffiness finally opened. The mouth has opened. Laguna seemed a little unsteady on his feet there. He may have just been off balance. I'm trying to get a look at that left eye of Laguna, or rather of Buchanan. The boys keep whirling around. Because I guess the best thing that could happen for Buchanan is for the eye to bleed. Again, Laguna's warned by the referee, this time for healing behind the back of the neck. A minute to go in round 5. Again, the referee talks to Laguna. Buchanan is pretty wild tonight. This round almost over. Most of those jabs didn't land. 10 seconds to go in round 5. Round 6 at Madison Square Garden. Ken Buchanan, the plaid trunks, challenge Ismael Laguna in white. And they both open up with a body attack. Now Buchanan is starting to box very well. His jabs are finding the mark. Laguna getting a little wild here as Buchanan picks up the pace. Laguna picked off a punch in midair. Did you see that? Buchanan seems to be finding his boxing rhythm. The referee talks to Laguna again. I doubt if Ismael knew what he said, however. One minute left in round 6. Both boys are fighting flat-footed at the moment, unusual for good boxers. Good countering left and a right by Buchanan. 10 seconds to go in round 6. Kenny Buchanan. Round 8 at Madison Square Garden. Lightweight championship at stake. Kenny Buchanan, the champion, throwing those punches. Ismael Laguna, former champion and challenger. Countering left hook by Buchanan. Jimmy Devlin talks to them and gets them apart. Looked as though Laguna was going into a cha-cha there. Must be hard for these fellows to fight each other. They're both such wonderful boxers and so fast. Laguna won for hitting on the break. Kidney punches again. Half the round is over. To go in this round as the pace slows a little bit. Round 8 of a 15-rounder. It has been mainly a left-handed duel. Lagunas has had the edge in the infighting. Boy, the crowd liked it, what Buchanan did. Masterful boxing. Ismael Laguna's corner, a great hand for Kenny Buchanan, though, as he went back to his corner. And the fight seems to be pretty close at this point, after 8 rounds. Round 9 in this lightweight championship bout, scheduled for 15. Laguna may have been hurt by that right hand. He sagged back a little bit. There have been no knockdowns. Again, in the weight department, Laguna 135, the lightweight limit. Buchanan 133.5. And now Laguna makes a surge. Buchanan is fighting more confidently now. But Laguna is still very much in there. Laguna seems to be making that clinch. Buchanan rocked by the left hand. The left hook rocked him. Now he's got to stall for time, and he's doing it. That was the first time anybody was in real trouble. Buchanan seems all right, though. A minute to go in the round. A trickle of blood from around the puffy right eye of Ken Buchanan. Buchanan wild. Ten seconds to go in round 9. Don Dunphy at ringside for round 10 of a 15-rounder. Buchanan not too sharp at the moment. Maybe that's Laguna's fault. The last time they fought in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Buchanan was the winner in a split decision by the margin of 1 point. And again, the pace slows down. Wild. Two minutes to go in round 10. Bout is scheduled for 15. A lot of motion by Buchanan, but he's not doing too much scoring. And he's wild with those punches. That was a good one for Buchanan. Laguna is showing that old-time boundless energy that he had with a minute to go in the round. A heavy punch by Buchanan. The round running its course. Buchanan has a lot of opportunities, but he misses a lot. Mauricio Smith and his Panamanian Sextet parading in the background. The champion is scoring now. That's Buchanan in the plaid trunks. Laguna, the white trunks, the challenger. I'd have to guess it's a pretty close fight. Heavy by Laguna. Laguna's had the edge on the inside. And Buchanan ran into that hot punch. Champion could be in trouble. Buchanan missing again. And Buchanan bleeding from the nostrils. And the champion comes back. Half the round is over. Let's say there's Buchanan's face now. He's pretty well bashed. Buchanan fighting in desperation almost. Ran into another right hand. He's losing his poise. That's no way to fight a good fighter like Laguna. They'll never hear the bell. Half a minute to go in the round. What a round. I wouldn't call it boxing either. Ten seconds to go in round 11. It's possible that Laguna may have punched himself out. Round 12, 4 rounds left. Laguna, the plaid trunks, or rather Laguna, the white trunks. I'm getting carried away myself. Buchanan, the plaid trunks, and Jimmy Devlin getting them apart. This could be a telling round. Buchanan got out of a trap. And he's got Laguna backing up and holding on. Laguna, who likes to come in, is dropping his gloves lower and lower. That's a sign of tiredness. Buchanan's got to be tired also. The garden is in a bedlam, no question about it. Oh, he hurt Laguna. A flush right hand. The referee looks at the left eye of Buchanan. It's not a pretty sight. Buchanan's face a crimson smear. And the blood is on the trunks of Laguna. Again, the referee looks at that eye. Buchanan's eye is in terrible shape, but he's doing well in the fighting. Half a minute to go in the round. The doctor will be in to look at it, I'm sure. Buchanan coming on with half a minute left to go in the round. Buchanan, knowing he's in trouble with that eye, is trying for a knockout desperately. It's an angry sight. Round almost over. Here's a close-up of Buchanan's face. You can see that blood. There's it. The doctor is in there on the right-hand side. There's Dr. Campbell looking at the ministration. There are 9 minutes left of fighting if it goes the limit. And the doctor talks to the referee. I'm going to try to find out what he said. He's talking quite earnestly to him. Round 13 of the lightweight championship bout. Dr. Campbell told the referee that the cut on Buchanan's eye was a deep cut. And that's not good for the champion. Champion Buchanan in the plaid trunks. Laguna in the white trunks, which are becoming ready with blood. But Buchanan is carrying the fight to Laguna now. Question is, can he last with that eye? And Laguna knows it and tries to come at him. Laguna is just pouring out with his punches now. He is pretty well spent. Round 13 of a 15-rounder. It's on the inside that Buchanan has to worry when they rub heads together. Laguna had to hold the rope for a moment. 2 minutes left in this round, and the eye starts to bleed again. Rather, the cut below it. It's well for Buchanan that the cut is below the eye and not above it. Beautiful boxing. A minute to go. Buchanan has got to stay at long range, but Laguna won't let him. Trickle of blood from the eye. It's bothering Buchanan, but he's scoring the heavier punches. 30 seconds left to go in the round. The referee is talking to Buchanan. I don't know what he said. 10 seconds to go in round 13. Here's the corner of Ken Buchanan, and the referee goes over, and the doctor comes up again. Dr. Campbell coming in. I didn't think the eye looked as bad in the last round as it did. Here comes Laguna with a good shot. That right hand. That wobbled Buchanan just a little bit. The doctor talks earnestly to the referee about Buchanan's left eye. Round 14. 2 rounds left. Champion Ken Buchanan in the plaid trunks, the eye patched up temporarily. Challenger and former champion Ismael Laguna in the white trunks. And it's been a dandy. Buchanan fighting in desperation almost to stay in there with that eye, but he's taking punches around it. Referee looks at it again. Both boys must be very tired. The pace has been torrid all the way. A left hand by Laguna may have opened the cut again. It did. And it's bothering Buchanan. And he's got a long ways to go in this round. And he may have Laguna in trouble. And Laguna's holding on. Laguna's in real trouble. Buchanan has brought up the huge crowd with a stirring rally. One minute to go in the round. Laguna fights back gamely and bravely. These boys are stout-hearted, both of them. Laguna may have been rocked by as he ran into a left hook. Laguna is unsteady on his feet. "30 seconds to go in the round. Round 14. There have been no knockdowns. Laguna looks unsteady. I hate to use the old expression, what a fight, but that's what it is. What a fight. We've had drama galore. The Pipers and the Panamanian Sextet, and a wild night at Madison Square Garden. Let's see that flurry again. Ken Buchanan going after Laguna and almost setting him down. He had him within inches of going down. Well, Buchanan may have beaten the clock with that eye, I don't know. I tell you this, though, if they stop the fight, there's going to be some kind of an uproar in Madison Square Garden. Round 15. Laguna was rocked as Buchanan's at him again. Buchanan came from way back in this fight and may now be in command. No knockdowns. A powerful right hand almost upended Laguna again. But he's game. He always fights back. And there's the blood streaming from around the left eye of Buchanan. 2 minutes left in the round. 2 minutes left in the fight. And now Buchanan stalls for time. That's a terrible sight, that left eye. And he's lucky the fight wasn't stopped. A minute and a half to go. Buchanan now seems as tired as Laguna. Neither boy too sharp at this point. One minute left in the fight. And the crowd bursts into applause. "40 seconds left. Oh, what a wild one. There's bleeding again around that eye. I had to dwell on it, but it's part of the drama. The fight's almost over. 10 seconds. There'll be no knockout. The bell will sound in a moment. And there it is. The 15-round bout is over. The boys throw their arms around each other. Laguna is being talked to by Buchanan. They're trying to get Buchanan back to his corner to scrub over the eye. Again, the scoring in New York is on a rounds basis. Well, it's going to be an interesting decision. I guess each boy thinks he's won, and here it is. Here it is, Johnny Addy.
Judge Tony Castellano. 8-6, 1 even, Buchanan. Referee Jimmy Devlin, 9-6, Buchanan.
Buchanan is the winner and still champion.
Letterman, 10-5, Buchanan, winner by unanimous decision.
A unanimous decision for Kenny Buchanan, the very fine lightweight champion of the world.